Let's talk about the kidney diet dangers. Discover the number one commonly eaten food that can send your kidneys into toxic overload. It can permanently damage your renal system. Can you guess what food is this? And no, this is not some junk food, and it's not even something usually considered unhealthy. This and more in today's video: renal diet to reverse kidney disease. Foods that are damaging our kidneys. Hello, how are your kidneys doing? This is Catherine. Welcome to Double O Kidney. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This video is going to be really amazing. It's the start of a series about how to improve our kidney function through the correct kidney-friendly diet. But I don't like to call it a diet. This is more a kidney restoring program. It provides you the easiest way to give your kidneys all the nutrients they need to fight the disease without introducing harmful toxins. Before we start, who is going to benefit more from this video? For whom am I making this video? If you suffer from chronic kidney disease, stage 2 to 5, want to delay kidney failure and dialysis by up to 3 years, want to know what natural ingredients and herbal remedies you can use to improve your renal function, and if you have symptoms like being overtired, swollen hands or feet, itchy skin and difficulty sleeping, then this video is for you, and you absolutely need to watch it until the end. All these problems can be vastly improved, if not completely solved, following this easy step-by-step program. How are we going to do that? The method that I have developed is more than a renal diet, and it's a lot easier to follow than a regular diet. No keeping track of nutrients, no annoying meal planning, and no measuring food or other bothersome tasks. Why? Because people only follow strict diets for the first few days or weeks and then start disregarding the diet completely. I've seen this 1,000 times. This is why my method is a lot easier. There are foods that damage our kidneys and foods that can help healing them. The tricky part is understanding what are the good ones and what are the bad ones for you. The same diet won't work for everyone. A food healthy for patient A can be dangerous for patient B, and even the quantity plays a big role. Too much protein can put a strain on your kidneys, while too few can cause a dietary deficiency. Too many calories will make you gain weight, too few calories, and you'll start feeling even more tired. This may look complicated, but if you keep watching, I'll show you an easy and very effective strategy to tell what's wrong and what's right for your kidney diet. Yes, I'm putting together this video series to help you exactly understand what's good and what's bad for you. Let's start. Here's what you should absolutely avoid in your renal diet. Number 1. Protein. So, let's start with the very first thing to avoid: excess of protein. Protein puts a strain on the kidneys. The more you eat, the faster the decline of the kidney function. This happens because the metabolism of protein creates an abundance of waste substances like nitrogen, urea, phosphates, which have to be removed by the renal system. When our kidneys are already proven by the disease, putting more pressure on them is a sure way to create damage and inflammation. This is clearly visible if we have proteinuria, leaking of protein in the urine. Proteinuria also creates more inflammation, damaging the kidneys even further. It can even worsen uremia, a condition associated with an excess of fluids and wastes in the blood. Now, the problem is that our body needs protein to help repair tissue and to fight infections, so we can't go lower than a certain amount. Standard plans say adherence was defined by a consistent protein intake of 0.7 to 0.9 grams per kilogram per day. Wait, what? What does this even mean? Who is going to ever follow these kind of directions? Don't worry, I have an easier way. What we will do to get in the sweet spot is to completely avoid bad proteins and eat a small quantity of high-quality protein every day. Easier, isn't it? Statistics say standard American diet has more than 4 times the amount of protein a kidney patient needs. On the other hand, consuming a very low protein diet removes a lot of stress from our kidneys, and this is the way to give them the chances to recover. So we need to get very few proteins, but from good sources only. How to avoid bad protein? It's not the protein itself that is inherently bad, but some protein sources are bad and should be avoided. They may contain harmful ingredients or have been produced or cooked in a questionable way. In any case, they are going to make your kidney function decrease faster. Here's what to absolutely avoid. Protein from fatty meats. Fat cuts of meat have very high amounts of saturated fats and can raise cholesterol and blood pressure. Avoid fat cuts of chicken, red meats, and pork. Also avoid salami, sausages, and processed meats in general. Avoid high-fat cheese and margarines. Some diets even recommend swapping out pasta and bread for low-protein substitutes made specifically for renal patients. But in my opinion, it's not worth the cost, since there's a trick to make the protein present in pasta and bread high-quality protein. More on this in the second video of the series, coming in just a few days on this channel. Number 2. Potassium. Potassium is the second thing kidney patients should be careful with. An excess of potassium, called hyperkalemia, won't just badly harm our kidneys. It can cause irregular heartbeats and even cardiac arrest. Now, hyperkalemia is common in kidney patients. The kidneys are responsible for excreting the potassium, so when they are not working properly, potassium has nowhere to go and can build up easily in the body. So, what foods should we avoid to keep potassium in check? Bananas, nuts, dairy products, potatoes, processed meats, bran and whole grains, fast foods, cantaloupe, honeydew, tomatoes, spinach, vegetable juices. Don't worry, if you aren't taking notes, I've put the link of a full printable list in video description. Now, some people ask me, Catherine, why not avoid potassium altogether if it's so dangerous? Because potassium is an essential nutrient, meaning that our body cannot produce it. It uses to manage many vital functions. These functions include heart and muscle contraction, electrolyte balance, waste removal, cell growth, and oxygen delivery. It's clear that our body cannot function without it. By the way, have you guessed the very dangerous food I've shown at the beginning of the video? It's the avocado. Considered healthy for their nutritious qualities, avocados are included in many diets and programs, but they present a real danger for kidney patients. Just 1 cup of avocado provides a whopping 750 milligrams of potassium. This is like eating 2 bananas. For a kidney patient, could be very risky since the usual restriction is 2000 milligrams per day. So, if you eat just 1 medium-sized avocado, you are already at more than 1/3 of what you can eat during the whole day. So, always avoid avocado and avocado-based products like guacamole. Number 3. Sodium. Like potassium, sodium is a substance that can cause a lot of harm when it starts building up. It's what's actually causing swollen ankles and feet, a common symptom in kidney patients. Unfortunately, there's more. Sodium buildup can cause shortness of breath, fluid buildup, muscle cramps, nausea, tiredness, problem walking, headaches, and even heart failure. Sodium excess will also increase blood pressure, a sure way to damage our kidneys. The good news is that when we start removing sodium, our kidney health will immediately start to improve. How to do this? Avoid adding salt to foods. Use spices to add savor to dishes instead. Always read food labels. Eat fresh foods instead of packaged. Always avoid processed meat. This may seem hard at first, but salt is an acquired taste and it's pretty easy to unlearn. It just takes a couple of months, and then you'll start feeling that foods like potato chips are way too salty for your taste. Also remember that sodium won't just elevate your blood pressure, it can also decrease sensitivity to blood pressure medications. So, removing it from the diet is a win-win. This is all for the first video of the series. Stay tuned because the next part is really important. If you like this video, please like and share it. Thank you for watching.